Well, the sun is set on another beautiful day here in Aspen, Colorado. The lights are on, the folks are piling in, and it's going to be a great time here at the Women's Ski SuperPipe. Oh, it's a beautiful day. We took some ski runs, and now we're ready to talk all about business. Here we go. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Chris, Uncle E. Ernst. I'm alongside Jen Hudak, multiple-time competitor here in this U-Ditch, the expert, and Jonathan DC Oaken down below. He'll be giving us the feedback and talking to the competitors. Well, Jen, your thoughts on what's going on in this beautiful pipe after the sun's gone down?
Oh, man. Well, this pipe is in the best condition it's been in all week. Aspen got hit with a ton of snow early on, so it's going to be running smooth and fast and better than ever for these women, so they're going to be able to throw down.
Oh, it's glazed walls and about 525 feet deep, 22-foot walls. Oh, it's going to be spectacular. Who are two of your favorites? Pick them out now.
So I was up in a blizzard watching these women train last night, and Cassie Sharp was looking super strong. She is so hungry for gold at this event. She won almost every event there was last year, but got third at X Games, so she is on the prowl. But she has to face Kelly Silderu, who started off this season really strong. She's competing in 3 events here and is the youngest woman to compete in Ski SuperPipe in the history of this competition. She's a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, she showed up at 13 and won the slopestyle competition, youngest ever to do such, and she is one to watch out for this whole X Games. Start list on the left-hand side, take a look. Rachel Carker, Canada starts it off. Down on the bottom, a familiar name in the SuperPipe. Let's talk about Maddie Bowman.
Maddie Bowman is a 5-time X Games gold medalist, and she knows how to get it done. She knows how to get down to business. She still has the most technical run in the halfpipe, and, you know, if you had to put your money on somebody, Maddie's not a bad bet.
Yeah, there you go. All right, let's just get the show on the road. Some great viewing VIP points from up top, new this year at Aspen. A great vantage point to look at, and then a big crowd down below. This is the Canadian Rachel Carker, a rookie, the only rookie in the field. She earned her way here by a Dew Tour win in Breckenridge earlier this season and a second at Secret Garden World Cup out in December in China. Well, a great start to the season for her. She's going to take her first run of 3. Does she got some nerves going through her system?
Gosh, it's hard not to have nerves in your system when you're dropping into the X Games pipe for the first time, but holy crap, no problem so far. A 10-foot flare to start things off. Nice straight air there, but really looking confident and strong. Nice cork 900 in the middle, and then the other way flare, showing that she has the ability to rotate in both directions. Super solid, 720 into, nice, the switch 540. A little bit caught up on the deck on that last hit, but overall, a really, really great first run for Rachel.
You were a rookie at one point, and here's her very first run at the X Games.
Oh yeah, let me tell you, my first run did not go that smoothly. I crashed a lot. But Rachel's really showing us how to get it done. So inverted on that trick right there. She spots her landing, comes around nice and clean. And here is a look at that 720, I believe. Again, just totally dipping her head below her feet there, reaching down for the grab, not quite getting it. So that's something the judges are going to be looking for. They really want to see these athletes with a level of perfection.
Yeah, we're going to pick these apart. That's our job here. The judges are super hypercritical. We took some runs with Mike Atkinson, the head judge today. He said they want to see the grabs. They want to see them held. Score 82. That is a very solid for your first run in the X Games. She has to be very stoked on that.
Yeah, that's a really, really comfortable score and just allows her to build going into runs 2 and 3.
Okay, first competitor, rookie. The next one, the strongest veteran we have of all the ladies. She's a triple threat, much like Gus Kenworthy. We'll talk about that in a minute. Let's talk about the competition format, Jen.
So we have 8 athletes tonight. They get 3 runs, which allows them to really up the ante. It's going to be the best score tonight, and the judges are scoring on a 100-point scale on overall impression. They're looking for the full package: amplitude, technicality, style, all the things.
All that. Mike Atkinson and 5 others are up there, and they take 5 scores, take the high and the low, throw it out, and average the 3 in the middle. Okay, so Devin Logan, I got excited because this gal's been in the hunt for so long. First X Games back in 2011. This is her 10th, and this is her 20th event that she's competed in. She does pipe, she does slopestyle, she does big air. Always a pleasure to see this Vermont native, Devin Logan, get it going. Here she goes. And Jen, you spent time in the pipe with her for years.
Oh man, I remember Devin when she was just a little pipsqueak back in Vermont. Oh no, getting caught up on an alley-oop there. That's a pretty mellow trick for Devin, so certainly not what she was looking to do in that first run. But as you mentioned, super experienced competitor. She has we'll take a look at this alley-oop here. Yeah, she just reached down for that grab. It looks like she just lost her balance a bit and came down heavy on that left leg and just slid right out. But she still has 2 more runs to get it done. I'm not worried about Devin. She has so much experience competing. She knows how to come back from situations like this and thrives under pressure. She's asking what happened right there, so she's as confused as the rest of us.
Couldn't be my fault. Yeah. All right, now we go to the eldest competitor here. Started ski racing years ago, switched it over to the pipe. 30 years young, full of experience, from Japan, Ayana Onozuka.
Things to watch with Ayana is her edge control, her ability to just really navigate through transition, carry her speed, and always gets massive amplitude. Nice straight air to start things out into the alley-oop. Clean 540 there, getting the grab. Not as big as we've seen Ayana go.
Yeah, keep in mind, sorry to interrupt, watch the amplitude throughout on each one of the competitors. We're going to bring that up time and time again. It's decreasing as she goes down. So watch throughout. The judges are going to reward for higher amplitude throughout. Big factor in the judging.
Absolutely. Highest hit there, 8 foot 4 inches. Not Ayana's best skiing. I think we're going to see a lot more out of her, but this girl is pretty impressive on a pair of skis. Like you said, she started in alpine ski racing, moved into the half pipe, and earlier this year was competing in the Freeride World Tour. So she does a little bit of everything.
Yeah, seems pretty good. And first female skier to take a medal, second Japanese competitor behind Harumi Takizawa. 75, slides into the second place, 3 down, 5 to go. First run underway. We have 3 runs. Highest score can be a 100. And we've got Annalisa Drew from Andover, Massachusetts, getting going. And that is Andy Woods, longtime stallion of the U.S. team, coach and once a competitor as well. First guy to land a 1260 in competition at the U.S. Free Skiing Open.
Andy was?
Andy was.
And Annalisa was the first woman to land a 1260 in the pipe.
I wonder where she figured that one out, huh?
Look at that.
Yeah, go figure. All right, drop it in. A bronze in 2016 was her best, and here's her first hit.
Starting things off with the right side 900, landing back seat there and just washing out. So it's interesting. These women trained this pipe all week, and it's very different tonight. There was a ton of snow earlier in the week, and I'm wondering if they're just struggling a little bit adjusting to the changes that have occurred in this half pipe overnight. Yeah, just took off a little bit back seat there, which then means she's going to land a little bit on her heels and not be able to ski out. But again, working out the nerves on the first run and just looking to number 2 and 3.
Yep, you just ball that up, throw in the trash receptacle, get the rebate coupon, go back up top on the escalator.
Forget it ever happened.
That didn't happen at all.
What are you talking about?
It's history. Yep, Annalisa Drew, that's going to be something down low. So you get a feel for what's happening here. They're getting a feel for how the course is running. 4 down, 4 to go in the first run. This is Women's Ski SuperPipe here at the X Games 2019 Aspen style. Welcome back into the competition known as Women's SuperPipe. We are in the midst of run number 1. The Musco lights are on, the sun is down. Nice and crisp competition with weather crisp as well. So coming up next is just, we have so much to talk about. Thank goodness we have 3 runs. This is Kelly Silderud out of Estonia. At 13 years of age, she showed up here and won the slopestyle event. Youngest competitor ever at the X Games to do such a thing. Very impressive. Right now, she's going into the pipe. Thoughts?
Oh man, I can't wait to see what she gets done out here. She won her first international half-pipe contest earlier this season and really just made it look easy. She spins in both directions with ease. She has a really solid switch hit, so we'll see if she's able to put it together. This is her first time dropping into the SuperPipe at X Games, so it's a different beast.
Dropping in, run number 1.
Kelly Silderud out of Estonia lights it up with a big 900, lands it clean, on she goes.
The right side 900, getting that mute grab into the alley-oop 540 to the right, and she does this the other direction as well to the left, which I've never seen anyone do both-way alley-oops. That's actually extraordinarily difficult. And there's the right side 720, getting that tail grab, looking over her shoulder, and finishing off with a switch 9.
Okay, diversity,
No
matching the transitions, height,
Yeah.
wow.
And that's a really solid run. I mean, if I'm being nitpicky, the only thing I can comment on is amplitude, but she basically did everything else with a level of perfection needed. There was the right side 900 getting the mute grab and a look at that alley-oop rotation, so rotating her chest toward the top of the pipe and coming around, landing super square. It's such a difficult trip. And then doing it in the other direction, reaching back for that tail grab, not quite locking onto it, but again, like nitpicking here.
Yeah.
Really good run from Kelly.
82 is the score to beat by Carker right now to take the lead, and it will be up to the judges. Whoa, 92.33. So diversity, spin in both directions. The grabs, just a little wobble, little room for improvement. What do you think?
I mean, there's a small room for improvement. That's a pretty big score, so.
So Cassie Sharp coming up next, spins her winners on the road, but let's hear how Cassie spends her time off the hill. Check it out.
Whoa, and an improvement. 8.3. Cassie Sharp moving up. And this is kind of the competitive position that everyone wants to be. Current leader, Cassie Sharp.
Throughout the season, we travel all the time. We're always on the road, usually about 3 to 4 weeks at a time. I enjoy reading after skiing because it transports me into a different place and I take my mind off of everything that's happening in my life and focus on something else. We're always on our phone, we're always posting. Life gets crazy on the internet, so to escape and be in paper is really nice. I'm Cassie Sharp and I ski halfpipe.
And she's a Canadian, don't you know? Such a nice young lady, easily approachable, kind, sincere. Dates fellow competitor Justin Dory, who has been in this pipe for so many years with Mike Riddle, and such a pleasure to have her here. Also, have to mention, Olympic gold medalist, and she's ready to get things going on her first run of 3.
Yeah, Cassie's hungry. She had such a great season last year, so I'm excited for her to have this opportunity right now.
So far this season at Copper Mountain at the Grand Prix, the Dew Tour, a couple of seconds, so looking to climb on top. Here she goes, usually a big old amplitude booster, 900 to start things off. Yep.
So solid, amplitude, really nice there. Back-to-back 900s to start things off. Into the flare, getting nice and inverted there, landing square. Into the right side 720, looking over that left shoulder for a switch 360. Nice straighter, not getting the grab she needed there, and capping off her run with a solid 1080. So differences between her run and Kelly's, really, Kelly had a switch 9, which is more technical, but then Cassie had that 10. We also saw Cassie with some more straight airs than we saw out of Kelly, so, but the amplitude was there. The amplitude was a lot higher. Really nice flare reaching back for that grab, spotting her landing, putting the feet down like it ain't no thing.
Yeah, and then down on the bottom, that 10 is a big difference maker. That's a exclamation point saying, I got this, down all the way at the bottom.
Absolutely. So again, not quite getting the grab there on that straight air, but it was massive. And then hopefully we get a look at this 10, reaching back for that tail grab. And here she comes around, just putting those feet down. Really solid. It's going to be tough. I mean,
Yeah, 88.66. All right, so slides into second place. Got a little work left. So nitpicking, as we said, the grabs, takes that clean, keeps that amplitude going. That could be the one. But Silderu, the 16-year-old, holding it strong right now. Okay, shifted from Canada, a little southbound. We go to Carmel, California's own Britta Sigourney. Got her training wheels on in Alpine Meadows, California. Now lives in Utah. Dad Thad, big supporter down in the crowd. Here she goes. Watch out for some beefy amplitude out of this young lady, Britta Sigourney.
Britta gets things going.
Starting out with a mellow straight air there, but in Britta fashion, always so smooth and stylish, getting that alley-oop into the left side 900. And again, with that alley-oop 540, she's only the only two women doing that trick. Into a nice 540 and the super inverted 720 to finish things off. And that's a right 720, which is her less natural way of spinning. Most of us have a more comfortable way that we like to rotate. For a lot of skiers, it's over their left shoulder. Here's a look at that alley-oop, getting a nice Japan grab in there.
So taking a look at this versus both Kelly's and Cassie's first two hits, got a 900 here versus an alley-oop there. So technicality up top, advantage to the top two. Down below, similar challenging features by both of them. And I'm putting this one right about in the third range.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go, 84.66. Okay, so Silderu, Sharp, Sigourney, your top three right now. One left in our field of 8 in the first run, and it's going to be a lady who has 5 gold medals. Before we see her run, though, we're going to learn a little something more about Miss Maddie Bowman. Maddie Bowman, 4 golds in a row. She owned the pipe for a number of years here. Olympic gold medalist as well.
Here's the left 900, landing a little bit better this time, and into the right side 900. That is a really difficult trick to do.
Maddie Bowman now setting the all-time record, 5 gold medals. Well, that was then. That was just about a year ago yesterday, I think, or a year ago tomorrow. But anyway, Maddie, 5 gold medals, going for 6. That would be the all-time record for skiers in the pipe. And she's got to get greater than a 92.33. For a few years, we saw the exact same run. So what I'm curious to see is, what has she done in the off-season or even the early season to change up the game?
It's a good question, Uncle Lee. Maddie has been working on getting those grabs. I think that's what has held her back in her scores and her progression. So I know it's something that she's been focusing on. And she was out until, she was the last one in the pipe last night. Her coaches refer to her a bit as a perfectionist, but she knows how to compete. So I have high expectations for Maddie tonight.
South Lake Tahoe's own Maddie Bowman, 5 golds to her credit, starts it off.
Right side 720 there into the switch 360. I think she's keeping things pretty mellow to start it out. Right side 540 into the left side 900. And here is the right side 900. Decent run for Maddie, but definitely not gonna be enough to get it done tonight. We'll see what she has left in the tank for runs 2 and 3.
Yeah, it looked a little hurried, the amplitude faltering a few spots. Gets a grab in here, but down below in the 9s, I didn't see a whole lot of grab opportunities.
No, it was definitely not Maddie's best run, and I think she has a lot more she can show to the judges and show to the audience. So I know we'll see more out of her. And here is a look at that right side 900. So again, she just kind of took off, not quite at the right angle. Her ski kind of took off a little funny on that, which pitched her forward. So she wasn't able to get a grab in there and can definitely clean things up.
She's only finished off the podium once, and that was her first year in 2011. So missed consistency. 5 golds, 2 silver, 2 bronzes, 9 total, the most in our field. So Maddie Bowman, always a pleasure to have you out here. not to mention, or I should also mention that she won a gold medal over there in Sochi. I was there for that, and she teared up, man. It was a great moment in time. So
yeah, it's huge. It was the debut event in 2014, so that's an honor.
Yeah, so Maddie's our last competitor of this run. We'll go back up to the start and do it from the top again. An 83.33, fourth place just off the podium. Clean that up a bit, and she can find her way to the top. Okay, so 1 done, 2 to go. That is Kelly Silderu in 3 events. That's 3 events here at the X Games. Here's a look at what she's done. She's got the leading pole position right now. Can she hold on? Stick around to find out. Oh, downtown Aspen. I was strolling through there last night. The lights, the snow piles. You know, Aspen's received over 14 feet of snow since late October. One of the best seasons in the last 30 years. Book your tickets. Get out here, have some fun like these kids are. Look at that. That's a snow block. I love it. Family's having a good time, and we're having a hoot, too. All right, there you go. Kelly, on the left-hand side, Kelly Silderu from Estonia, the 16-year-old. That's the story, not only of tonight, but of the X Games. 3 events, and we'll talk about that all weekend long. Cassie Sharp from Canada, and then Britta Sigourney. They're your top 3. Hello, everyone, again. Uncle Lee alongside Miss Jen Hudak, and DC's down in the mix. We'll hear from him in a minute. We're geared up now for second run. And look at that. Talk to us about this here, Jen, huh?
Well, we have the 8 best SuperPipe athletes in the world tonight competing to win gold. And we have Maddie Bowman with 9 medals in the field. And we also have the youngest skier to ever take to this pipe, Kelly Silderu, at 16 years old. And then, as a veteran, we have Ayana Onazuko, 30 years old and representing for, you know, us folk. I'm 32, so it makes me proud.
Yeah, didn't you stop at 29 and a half?
Yeah, exactly. I didn't make it to 30.
All right, Rachel Carger is an 82 on her 5th run, and she's a rookie. She came out of the gates swinging. Now she knows what the expectations are by looking at the rest of the field. So she's going to hang it all on the line, and no expectations, and here she goes.
Huge flare starting things out. It was one of the biggest hits we've seen tonight. Into the straight air Japan drop. And here we go into the more technical part of her run, getting the 900 in there, then a flare to the other direction. And getting super inverted on that 720 once again, looking over the left shoulder and nailing the switch 5. I would say overall a slightly better run than run number 1. She got that run down solid and then was just able to kind of let loose a little bit, let the skis go. Here's a look at that flare, just allowing those feet to flip right over her head, reaching down to get the mute grab, putting the landing gear down. And then here is a look at the other way flare. So doing this in both directions. Not quite getting the grab on that one, but still really, really well done. There's not many women doing flares in half pipe, and certainly not in both directions. And there is that switch 5. I would say like, coming up a little bit short on that, not quite making the full rotation.
Oh, she jets on up into 3rd place, so you were right. A little better than her first one, so way to learn from the first run to the second. 86.33 for the Canadian, Rachel Carker, the rookie. I like it. Okay, Devin Logan just had 0 success on the first wall. What is the lay of the line for a gal who's been competing the X Games for almost 10 years? You know, this is her 20th event in 9 years. So let's see what happens here. Devin Logan out of Vermont, shaking out the butterflies. Here we go.
Number 2, let's see what she can do here.
Here's the alley-oop. She had some issues on that on the first run, getting it clean now. Another little mute grab there, and now we get into her tricks. Nice flare on that left wall into a 540, reaching back for the tail grab, not quite locking onto it. 540 the other direction. Here we go with her 720. Finishing it off with a nice switch 540, getting a little corked on that and almost bounced off the wall, but she did manage to get her feet down. So certainly an improvement from her first run score of 4.33, but probably still looking to clean some things up and take her amplitude up a notch for run number 3.
Yeah, we're best at X Games in the pipe is 5th. She does have a silver and a bronze in slope style, and you know, the amplitude is obviously, once you've watched enough, seen enough, that just was not up to the standards of what the top 3 or the top 4 are doing. So
that's right.
That said, that's going to end up in the mid-range. Certainly there it is, 64.66, but a great improvement over her first score. So Devin, she moves on. You'll see her one more time. From Vermont, we go to Japan, the land of the rising sun. Ayana Onizuka, so much experience in the sport of skiing. Opened a half-pipe school at her home in Niigata, Japan. So looking to teach the future. Here she goes for her 2nd run. She's currently in 6th.
Boosting on that straight air, mute grab, little speed check into the alley-oop, getting the Japan grab. We'll see if she can take things up a notch in this run. Her amplitude wasn't quite as high as we sometimes see out of Ayana in run 1. Back-to-back 5s there, pretty solid still. And there's another Japan grab. And a tail grab. She's just having fun out here. As I think we've heard, this is Ayana's swan song, her farewell to her half-pipe, her illustrious half-pipe career. So she's just making the most of it out here. Here's a look at that mute grab, starting things out. Into the alley-oop Japan. Again, that alley-oop rotation is pretty tricky sometimes. We saw it trip up Devin Logan in run number 1. And there she is with a massive Japan grab, quite fitting.
Quite fitting, yes.
And a little tail grab for fun at the bottom here. So she knew that wasn't going to be a score that would top her first run, so
yeah, recently went
run number 3.
Recently went blonde. Also, it looks like, like Chloe Kim, who we'll see in the women's SuperPipe later in the week. And Silder is still in the lead, so that score will not factor in for Ayana. Now we will look to Massachusetts' own Annalisa Drew, who did not have much success either. And yeah, first to land at 1260 in practice back in 2013, and the first to land 1080s in both directions back in 2016. So the girl's got a whole bunch of skill in the way of spinning. Let's see if she can put it together to improve upon a 6.33.
A little off on her first
dropping.
Run, the last one. Look, she can improve that right here. The right
Oh, saw that coming.
She got a little back seat on that in her first run, and then looks like she kind of repeated it, but just launched herself out of the half pipe a bit.
Jen, I know you've been in the pipe a lot. This has happened to you. Where did it go wrong?
Yeah, she just took off a little bit early, and when you do that, your trajectory changes, so you end up kind of drifting toward the deck. That's the flat spot on the top of the half pipe. It's certainly not where you want to land, and I think she sees it there. She knows she's going to hit, but she actually manages to keep her body in the pipe. So just her feet hit the deck, and then she slid down that wall. So I've seen this girl take some serious crashes and somehow always manages to
pull the ski right off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ow.
All right.
Yeah. So one more time for her. Kelly Silderu coming up next, our current leader. Can she hold on strong? Crowd trying to stay warm here for the women's ski superpipe finals. We are halfway through the competition, just about at this point here. And the story is all about Kelly Silderu, the Estonian, 92.33. So excited about her, my tongue's tied. Cassie Sharp and Rachel Karker, the rookie, are the top three right now. Well, Silderu, so much prowess, so much skill, came onto the scene strong in slopestyle 13, won the gold. Let's learn a little bit more about Kelly in this athlete profile. Take it. Ourselves a new leader. Yes, we do. A 93 for the 13-year-old. Remember the name.
I'm Kelly Silderu. I'm 16 years old and I'm a freestyle skier. I started skiing quite young, and I think I still don't know at which age I understood that I could be a professional skier, but like just at some point it happened. Mostly I travel with my family, so like my brother and with my dad, who's also my coach. So he has been coaching me from the very beginning, so I love when he's around, and I think it's good to travel with your family because like it's better than just having a team. So if you have a problems, then you can always talk to them.
Family that plays together, stays together. At 13, the interviews we had with her, very little English. She's improved greatly in the last 3 years, I'll say. Youngest woman to compete in ski superpipe. She would be the youngest gold medal if she holds on strong. She has nothing to lose, everything to gain here. What's her game plan?
Go bigger.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's really all that she has left to try to do out here. I mean, her technicality is there. She just needs the amplitude to move right along with it. Here's that left 900 starting things out super smooth, and the right side 900 with the mute grab. And here we go into the back-to-back alley-oop 540s. Very solid thus far. That was a little bigger on that 540. Again, just super solid on her grabs. There's the 720 tail grab and the switch 900 there, just absolutely flawless.
And that's
I mean,
the best run we've seen. Yeah.
They don't have half pipes in Estonia, as it turns out. So the fact that she can do this is just blowing my mind. There's a look at the 900. One thing to note, if we talk about the top two competitors, these 900s are more upright. You can see her head stays above her feet as she's rotating, whereas Cassie Sharp and Rachel, we're seeing them get more inverted on their 900s. So I don't know what the judges are going to take into account there, but I would say that's one thing that may tip the scales.
Okay, so 89. She still has the two highest scores, so down just a touch there, and judges saw something that was not quite as solid as the first run. Anyway, Silderu is still in the lead. Everyone's chasing Cassie Sharp, who's in second place. She's ready to get things on. Canada, a gold medal and a bronze thus far. And gold was back in Oslo in 2016, and a bronze was last year. She also has 9 tattoos. She has ramen, top ramen blended in with the Olympic rings because she loves top ramen and she won Olympic gold.
No way.
Isn't that classic?
That is amazing. I need to see that.
Same here.
Things going with a nice big
Huge
left
cork
nine.
900, really taking things to another level. And there's the right side 900, showing that she has the ability to spin both ways. Right into the flare, and then here is the left side 720. We'll see if she can up this switch 3. Definitely bigger that time, getting the grab in there.
There's the grab.
Cleaning up the straight air, and let's see her finish this off with that 10. Oh, just losing a shoe on the landing.
Rats.
That was definitely shaping up to be a better run for Cassie. Let's take a look here. This is her cork 900 right off the bat. Definitely the biggest amplitude we've seen out of anyone tonight. Landing super nicely, and then into the other way 900. Pretty technical trick. To be able to do both ways is always astounding. And here is a look at that 1080. Spotting her landing, comes around super clean, but then just lands and her toe just pops out. I mean,
yeah, they're supposed to come off in cases like that.
You know,
unfortunate.
Keep her knees safe for sure.
She'll stay in second place. That 1080 reminiscent of the legendary Sarah Burke. We always mention her because we know she's looking down on us. Sarah, the first to put a 1080 down in the pipe many, many moons ago. And always a pleasure to have her spirit here. So Cassie stays in second, Rachel Carter in third, and Silveroo still has the lead. We're halfway through. Now we're about 75% the way through the second run. Britta Sigourney from Carmel, California, where once Clint Eastwood was the mayor. There he is, Thad.
Love Thad.
Oh, he's rad. Rad Dad Thad.
Rad Dad Thad.
When my son got in there last year, I was hanging out next to him. Those two just hit it off, and Britta instantly became my son's, what do I want to say, dream girl, if you will.
How could she not be?
Yeah, she's a wonderful young lady and elusive, precious gold. 4 medals, 2 silver, 2 bronze. Is tonight the night? Well, let's see that amplitude we've seen you throw before, Britta. Come on.
Let's get things started with a nice big straight air.
Gotten a little wobbly in the air there. Ooh, boosting on that alley-oop. And into the 900 here, getting the tail grab. I do love the look of Britta's skiing. There's the alley-oop 540. Into the left side 540. And capping things off with that super corked 720. Probably gonna stay right around the same. I mean, not much of a change there between her first and second run.
You know, I had a chat with her last night. She said it was snowing. I didn't get a lot of training the night before. I didn't get a lot of training, so it'll be what it will be tomorrow. So she doesn't look overly comfortable in starting off with the straight air. That's not her normal shtick.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's tough when the weather is super snowy in a half pipe and you don't have the speed. It's hard to practice all your tricks, and sometimes it just comes down to trusting all the work you've done throughout the years and knowing that you can pull out the stops on competition night.
Yeah, as well, a water polo player, has played it all her life, and quite a skilled individual. So that's going to be 84.66, 4th place. So clean that up a bit, and that straight air's got to go away at the top. That's not helping her. All right, Miss Maddie Bowman, check this out. Henrik Harlow, 5 men's ski big air, right below her Maddie Bowman in the women's super pipe. Guy Tursky, the wise guy, and the legendary Sarah Burke. Those are the most X golds in a single discipline. Harlow up top, just to mention, he has a chance to get 2 more this weekend in slope style and big air. All right, one thing about Maddie Bowman is every year she gets a Subaru. How's that?
She does?
Yep, from winning the gold over in Sochi. Subaru deal she had. She gets a new Subaru every year. She's got the Outback now, and that's a heck of a deal.
That's nice.
Yeah. So right here, what's she doing?
That is Maddie. I mean, she does this routine before every single run. It's basically she's just feeling what it feels like to take off each of her tricks. So that's just like a signal, just kind of getting that wiring down in your body. So here's a look, starting out with that straight air into the left side 540, getting the tail grab that time, looking pretty good so far. There's the right side 720 with the mute grab into the left switch 720. And here we go, right side 540, left side, ooh, 900, not quite getting that around. She's gonna have some pressure on her in run number 3.
She needed that 900, obviously, and the rest of it looked pretty darn good.
It really did, and this was definitely shaping up to be a better run for Maddie. So she has one more to get it done. There was that left side 540, and here is a look at that left side 900. Just kind of spotted her landing a little early and kind of opened up out of that, so she didn't finish her rotation there, but she's done that trick so many times that I know she'll be able to do it in run number 3.
Yeah, so no pressure for her whatsoever. Defending gold medalist, looking for her 6th. We'll see what happens. So the story here is the 16-year-old Kelly Silderu going for 3 golds in this competition, looking to secure her 1st. Will she be able to do it? Stick around. Cleaning up the pipe, getting ready for the final run out here at the X Games 2019. 3 runs, and this is gonna be the last of it. After 2, it is all about the 16-year-old sensation from Estonia, Kelly Silderu, only lady in the 90s, sharp from Canada, and then Rachel Carker, the Canadian, the rookie, she is in the bronze medal position. So a nice glazed pipe, everyone seems to be enjoying it. Everybody's had 2 chances at it now it's time to throw it on down. I'll tell you that Miss Maddie Bowman in the 5th spot, she's gonna be the last one to go. She's got 5 gold medals. All eyes will be on her to see if she can do the magic. Rachel Carker starts things off on the final run out here, our only rookie in the field. And I gotta say, so far, this gal has impressed me, Jen.
I mean, she just came completely out of nowhere this year and has been skiing super confident. It's a lot of pressure to show up at X Games and put down 1 run, let alone 2 good runs. So I'm excited to see what she's got in run number 3.
Look at that.
Once again, boosting that flare 9 feet out of the pipe, going completely inverted. Kind of getting a little uncomfortable on that straight air into the cork left 900. And here is the flare in the other direction. Super cork 720, that was really nice this run. And then finishing it off with the switch 540. She's still getting a little bit caught up on the wall when she lands that switch 5, but she's, I mean, for this being her rookie year at X Games, I mean, there's a long future ahead for Rachel. Here's a look at that flare again. I love seeing this angle. She's really, really solid at getting that grab and then just spotting that landing nice and clean. And here's a look at her left side cork 9. Not able to get the grab in on that one, but holding on enough. And there is a look at the flare on the other side. Again, you can see her eyes just looking at that wall where she wants to put her feet down.
Those flares made famous by Candito Vex. He was the flare master general. And then look at this, getting the grab in, holding it strong, and then spotting the landing. So key to ride it out and show the composure. I don't think it's gonna do any better than an 86.33, and it's just a touch below, so she'll stay in that bronze medal position. And boy, I'm impressed with this one. We're gonna see more out of the Canadian, out of Erin, Ontario. That's Ms. Rachel Carker, 21 years young. Okay, so Devin Logan here, you know, we've talked about her, we'll continue to talk about her. 20 events, 2 medals, a silver and a bronze, both in slopestyle, and her best finish at X was a 5th. But 7 out of the 8 last year, she's the AFP winner, the champion. That's the Association of Free Skiing Professionals, so one of the biggest forces in this sport for about the last decade. Here she goes, Devin Logan.
Logan here tonight. Starts that alley-oop.
Getting that alley-oop right off the bat into a mute grab. Again, lacking some of the technicality that we're seeing from other women in this field. Nice flare there into the left side, 540. And I don't think she's liking this run too much. Calling it a night.
Yeah.
Not the finish Devin was looking for.
Yep, not for a lack of effort. Again, just the seasoned veteran. No one out here has more experience than Devin Logan.
Here is a look at her flare. She kind of landed a little bit sideways on that and lost a bit of speed, which I think then just kind of threw her off for the rest of the run. 42.33, and so she's sticking with that second run score and staying in 7th place for now.
That's it. So this is run 3 of 3. 2 ladies down, 6 to go. Maddie Bowman will be the final competitor. Kelly Silderu is in the lead, the 92.33. All right, Ayana Onizuka, this is her final run at the X Games in competition. She's had a storied career, been doing it since 2013 as an alternate. Pleasure to have her here. Let's just watch the Japanese Banzai Warrior get it done.
Nice 8-foot straight air to start things out. We'll see if she decides to pick things up or just have a little fun. Having a little fun, saying farewell.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Getting the high five. Look at that. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, big round of applause for sure. Oh, that chokes me up right there. I love that. That's really cool. Got married to Takehito Kumamoto in September 2016, and she's focusing on some different stuff now. Look at that big old. Who made that grab famous?
Oh gosh, why are you putting me on the spot?
Johnny Mosley.
Oh.
The mute grab. But who was the first to do the mute grab?
I don't know.
JF Cousin, 1997 in a World Cup.
Really?
Yes. The legends right there, JF and Johnny.
Shake his hand.
Yeah.
Hi, Ayana.
Ayana.
We love you too.
4 medals and 7 appearances.
Aww.
3 silver, 1 bronze. And again, the second Japanese skier to ever medal behind Harumi Takezawa.
I don't think so.
Not ready to drop quite yet. There's Andy Woods on the right-hand side, such a legend. And he's teaching these youngsters how to do it. Annalisa Drew, 25 years of age, a bronze, her best in 2016.
She was having some difficulties on her first hit 900 in both runs, so we'll see if she decides to keep it in or if she just takes it out so she can get into the flow of her run and try to squeeze out the best score possible.
Coached by Alana Chase early on in Vail. The legend of Alana Chase lives in this pipe.
Straight air to get things going into the left 900. And there is the alley-oop flat spin 540, one of the only women in this field to do that into the left side 540. Straight air Japan grab, losing a little bit of amplitude down at the bottom. And there's the 720 and just riding out. Looks like a little bit early there, but certainly an improvement. She was able to get a few tricks in. She'll get a better score there.
Yep, amplitude there.
Here's a look at that alley-oop flat spin 540. She's kind of dialed that in. She had difficulty keeping that one in the pipe for a few years, so she's definitely cleaning things up. Getting the Japan grab there.
First event 2013, and this will improve upon her first run, her best run score. And don't know if that's not going to be enough to get into a podium position. Judges, yep, 59.
So she stays in 8th place.
Yep. All right, so far this is what we've had show up and throw down. 4th place. Right there, Britta. We have Carker, and second, there's Sharp, and our current leader, Kelly Silderu. Gonna be great. Finals coming up when we come back. Welcome back. It is chilly out here in Aspen. Everyone's bundled up because it's heating up out here in the pipe. Lights on, and then soon to be lights out per chance for the rest of the field besides Kelly Sildaru, the 16-year-old sensation leading the pack since run number 1, the only lady in the 90s. Sharp, Canada, second. Rookie Carker, third. There's only 4 ladies remaining, and 2 of them are in the top 3. So Britta Sigourney, Maddie Bowman, the last 2 to go, they have their work cut out for them. All right, Sildaru, as we mentioned before, no pipe in Estonia. So how do you get so good? She travels with her family. She also blew her ACL out in 2017, missed X Games last year. She also missed the Olympics. So this gal has such a huge future. Can you think of someone in our sport that has been this dominant so early?
Gosh, this early on skis?
Yeah, I mean, we're talking 3 disciplines too, you know? She's doing all 3 here.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And in 5 starts at X Games, she's collected 4 medals, and she's about to collect another one. So pretty phenomenal athlete.
Guaranteed a medal. Check out the amplitude, 900 to 900. What's next, Jen?
She goes straight into these back-to-back alley-oop 540s. Much more difficult than they appear, and certainly more difficult than she makes them look. And there's just the 540 mute grab into the right side, 720. And here is her shining glory, that switch 900. So easy.
Bingo.
I mean, there's just nothing looks hard for her.
No.
So.
She's a magnet to the walls, too. You match those transitions, land up high, the ebb and the flow goes. We'll talk about her weight issue from
in slope style.
Yeah. So let's take a peek back. There's the no grab in there. You know, I'd like to improve upon that.
And here is that alley-oop 5, reaching back for the tail grab, not quite locking onto that, but again, like, hard to be critical of her skiing. Really, the most noticeable thing for me is just the amplitude. She's still pretty tiny, so I feel like looks like she goes bigger. Yeah, well, she put on 30 pounds since 3 years ago, right? She was 13 and like what, 90 pounds. It's so crazy.
Yeah, so she put on a whole bunch of weight, which is going to help when we see her in slope style and big air as well. So she's got the lead. I don't think that's going to improve based on what we saw even on her second run, and it does not. So Sildaru will stay there, and we shift on up to Cassie Sharp, who's in the second place. Sildaru is guaranteed, nope, not yet. Not guaranteed a medal quite yet. There's a fighting chance that the 3 remaining can knock her off. You never know. Olympic gold medalist, a gold in Oslo in 2016. This young lady, Cassie Sharp, has the skills, and she does it for Miss Sarah Burke. Here she goes.
I love this first hit of Cassie's. So
lights,
massive.
Huge left side 9 off
Fourth
tail.
900, nearly 9 feet out into the right side 900. Right into that flare, landing super solid. So far, so good. There's the 720 into the switch left 360. Amplitude improved there into this setup trick, that straight air truck grab, truck into the 1080 and stomped.
Boom.
That was solid. It's about as well as Cassie could have done her run tonight, so we're just gonna have to, it's in the hands of the judges now to decide her fate. But I think even if she remains in that second place position, she's gonna feel a little better about what she accomplished out here tonight, having gotten that run done. There was a look at that 900, the back-to-back nines right up top. Really difficult to do this. Spot in her landing again. I love how inverted Cassie gets, not only on those flares, but also just on all of her spins, really getting inverted and corked. She needs a 92.66 for the lead.
Okay, so
getting the truck driver grab and then setting up for that 1080. This 10 was massive, well over the heads of those spectators on the deck. Super solid.
Yeah, so corked out up top on those nines, a little more technically proficient than Sildaru. The 10 down below. The grabs were good right there. Amplitude was up. 94, there you go. Yeah, I was just gonna say, I think that was a run, and there you go, Cassie Sharp. Yeah.
I think that's well deserved
and
good on the judges. It's really hard to make those decisions, but her amplitude was just like, you know, I mean, she was going twice as big as Kelly. So
is that Riddle?
No.
No, it's not.
I don't know.
No.
Is that her brother? Maybe it was Darcy.
Britta
I don't know.
Good in Brother Darcy. Anyway, okay.
Someone is very excited for
someone's
Cassie.
very
as
excited.
we are.
Wow. Okay, so Silveroo slides into the second place. Sharp takes the lead with only 2 to go. Britta Sigourney's 1. Maddie will round things off. All right, so Britta, I've seen bigger amplitude through the years for her. I'm hoping she's learned something from the past 2 runs. As she drops in right now, needs to ditch the straight air. She needs to do some spins here. In order to get into the podium here, she's going to have to do something spectacular now to match what the top 3 are doing.
Absolutely, and she's starting out really mellow. Amplitude is way better on that 9 in this run. Amplitude overall much better. There's the alley-oop 540 into the left side 540, getting the mute grab again in that Britta style, and there is the cork 7.
Like that.
It's a really nice trick, and you know, I mean, I think that was a great run for Britta. Not enough to crack the podium, but a really solid run and showing for her tonight. There's a look at that first hit, mute grab that you were hoping would be a spin.
You know, I don't know she can do it. Yeah.
And there's a look at her
yeah.
cork 9, reaching back for the tail grab, and kind of coming up a little bit short, landing heavier on her edges than she'd want to right there. And there is that alley-oop 540, not getting the grab, but again, that trick is really challenging, so she does it very well. Could be an improvement in her score, or not. They docked her hard for that.
Yeah, well, she went across the wall. She went almost down. So if you're having any sort of wobble, body parts touching down, you're never going to get better than a 70. That's what the judges have said. All right, 1 remains. That guarantees Sharp and Silveroo medals. The only way it could be upset right now is by this 5-time gold medalist going for her 6th out of South Lake Tahoe. Please welcome to the pipe for our final rider of the night, Miss Maddie Bowman. Stops, and she goes through her routine one more time, visualizing it. Seen this for so many years. And once again, her final competitor score to beat, held by Cassie Sharp from Canada.
A 94. That
Yep.
is a big score to beat.
All right, she's got to do her 900 at the bottom, but before she gets there, she's got to bone that out.
Left 540 into the right side 720, setting up for that switch hit. Switch left 720, barely out of the pipe on that, into the right side 540, and here is the cork 9, getting that clean this time into the right side 900. Not gonna happen for Maddie tonight.
No, she's in the back seat just a bit, and that looks like it will do it for Cassie Sharp. Took some precious hardware over there in Korea, but she also then steps up 2019 and gets the gold medal here at the X Games 2019 in Aspen.
Finally locking it down.
Yeah, between those 2 right there, they've got 6 gold medals now. Yeah, passing the torch. Yeah, well played.
You know what I think is so impressive there is just her ability to really thrive under pressure.
Get on in there, DC. Talk to Cassie Sharp, the gold medalist.
Cassie Sharp, our gold medalist tonight. Describe what's going through your head right now.
This is bucket list. Like, this is something that I just needed to win. I was up there. Kelly killed it so hard. I was kind of wondering how to compete with that. Told Trennan, I need this. I want this one. He said, go take what you want. And here we are.
Yeah, your 3rd X Games medal. You got a gold in Oslo, but this is your first gold here in Aspen. What does this gold medal mean to you?
This is a big show. This is it. This is Aspen Extreme. So I'm just hyped on this.
Well, we're all very proud for you. Make some noise for your gold medalist, Cassie Sharp.
Doing it for herself, doing it for Sarah, and oh, Canada. Wow, we got to see her right before she went, and she was like poised, focused, and I'll tell you what, that was a great competition. From the bottom up, the rookie, Rachel Carker from Canada, bronze, the 16-year-old sensation with a silver, Kelly Silderud from Estonia, and Cassie Sharp, Aspen Extreme style, earns a gold for Oh Canada. Nice competition all the way around. Your thoughts, Miss Jen Hudak?
I think it was a great show. I'm so happy for Cassie. I know this was a long time coming, and man, I think it's just the first medal of the week, and I'm all smiles in here.
This is day 1. There is so much to look forward to here. Kelly Silderud, man, we're gonna see a lot out of her. 3 events for her. That's take a peek back at her first run. We'll see her in slope and big air. But for Cassie Sharp, she put it down like none other with a 94, and she walks away with a gold medal for herself, the spirit of Sarah, and of course, Canada. What a great way to start things off here at X Games Aspen 2019. For Jen Hudak and the man downstairs, TC, I'm Uncle Lee. We'll see ya.